After the finale of Neon Genesis Evangelion ended, the people that did not approve of this ending demanded for another ending, an ending that they hope will be better. With the success of the TV series and the strong demand for another ending, two movies were made. The first one was Death and Rebirth. Obviously, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Death and Rebirth is a Studio Gainax production. And this film was split in two segments, Death and Rebirth. The Death segment is a 70-minute recap, and the Rebirth segment is a 27-minute teaser of the next film, which, of course, is the end of Evangelion. So, do I really have a lot to say about this? No. In fact, I have seen the film and I pretend that it doesn't exist. Just because the title makes little sense and the end of Evangelion follows after the 24th episode, I will say that the Rebirth segment is good, but only because it is setting you up for the end of Evangelion. It was set up so you can expect that the series conclusion would be promising, although I will warn you, not everyone liked the movie ending. Death and Rebirth doesn't have much story since 70 minutes is used for a recap. The Rebirth segment has the story needed, but only to be seen again in the end of Evangelion. The only segment that actually does put animation in the film is in the Rebirth segment. The Death segment is straight from the TV series, but with some slight tweaks. The animation is great in Rebirth, but I don't think the Death segment is worth mentioning that much concerning animation. The soundtrack by Shiro Sagisu is just as good from the TV show. When it comes to the voice acting, the Japanese cast is superb, and I have mentioned that the dub in the TV show, which I reviewed before, is a bit of a hit and miss, while being okay for the most part. The dub in this movie is really bad. For some reason, Matt Greenfield is not in charge of the dub this time. It's Amanda Wynn Lee. That's right, the original English voice of Rei Ayanami from the TV show. Some characters don't keep their English voice actors from the show, and the reason is because the voice actors probably left the industry before these two films were licensed, or because there was probably financial reasons. So, if you're looking for consistency in the dub from the TV show to this will be a disappointment for you. Shinji, Misato, Rei, Asuka, Ritsuko, and Gendo keep the voices intact. The characters do go all out in Rebirth. That is until you see the same scenes in the first half of the end of Evangelion. Neon Genesis Evangelion Death and Rebirth was available by Manga Entertainment. This movie is out of print. Overall, I do not recommend Death and Rebirth. It is not highly recommended if you already know the story leading up to the end of Evangelion. Most of it is recap, and the rest can be seen in the movie that follows. If you are a completionist, go ahead and buy the movie, if you can. If you're not into recaps, just skip this movie and go straight for the end of Evangelion after watching episode 24 of the TV show. I own the original series and the end of Evangelion. I did not buy Death and Rebirth because I think it was made only to get people ready for the film that follows it. I give Neon Genesis Evangelion Death and Rebirth my rating of 3.5 out of 10.